Now salary income. What is very important in salary income? We are taking up the taxation in the hands of employer or employee? Employee. For employee it is income. Since there is income tax, we just look into the salary as an income in the hands of employee. Therefore, indirectly we are communicating that there should be employer-employee relationship. What is that very important in this case? Employer-employee relationship should be present. Even pension is also included under the head salary. Even though he left employment, whether he retired from the employment, when pension is paid by employer to the employee, former employee, still that employer-employee relationship is present in the payment. Whether you call it by commission, whether you call it out as fees, whether you are calling it out in the name called profit in lieu of salary, whatever name that you just call, if you find that there is a relationship between the two as employer-employee, then it will be taken under the head salary income. Correct? Are you understanding? Who should pay tax? Sorry, who should pay salary? Employer should pay salary. Sometimes employee may pay salary to employer. How? How employee may pay salary to employer? Notice pay. Employee wants to leave employment for some reason. He had applied for MBA. He had taken up the examination of CAT. IMA, he got admission. Why should he continue with Infosys company? Infosys company had taken up a bond saying that you should give 3 months pay before you want to leave. Or else, give 3 months pay in lieu of the notice period. Drawing 90,000 rupees salary would mean 90,000 into 3, 2,70,000 rupees. Check he will provide and he will say, sir, I am just leaving employment, please bless me. So, employer-employee relationship is there. Whether this item can be considered as an expenditure for the salary that he had already drawn. Answer to that question is no. This cannot be considered as an adjustment towards the salary that he had already drawn. So therefore, it is one-way traffic only as far as salary is concerned. What is that one-way traffic? Salary from employer to employee. From employer to employee. Employee to employer cannot be considered. Therefore, salary income can never be in the negative. The notice pay, which is actually paid by employee to employer, is not allowed as deduction. It is not an expenditure at all. In Infosys company, he worked only for 1 month. He drew 90,000 rupees salary. He paid notice pay 2,70,000 rupees. He cannot adjust 2,70,000 rupees against 90,000 rupees to arrive at negative salary income of 1,80,000. That is not possible. That is why I am telling you, salary income can never be in the negative. Are you understanding? No negative income under this head. You cannot adjust. That is why I told you, one-way traffic, salary from employer to employee. Our friend is asking, 1 month salary only, why you should take like that? 3 months he continued in employment. 3 months notice pay is there. Whether these two can be adjusted? Answer to that question is in the negative. No. It is always one-way traffic only. What is that? Employer giving it to employee is salary. Employee giving notice pay is not a negative salary. That cannot be accepted as an expenditure at all to be adjusted against salary income. Whether it is 1 month or 3 months is no matter. Therefore, no negative income under this head. The next one, many employer would be possible. Many employees are possible. What do you mean by many employees are possible? A person can be an employee in an year for many employers. First 3 months, next 3 months, third 3 months, last 3 months. He can be in 12 months period with 4 employers. All the salary that he is receiving will be taken for taxation. Correct? Then at a point of time also he can be an employee for 2 different employers. That is possible. A person might have a lot of leave. He can avail leave, and during that period of leave also he can get into employment elsewhere. With complete knowledge of all the employees. Why there should be a hiding principle? If the employment contract or agreement permits, he can be into employment at the same point of time with 2 employees. Or it could be full-time employment, part-time employment. So I am telling possibilities. Many employers are possible at the same point of time. Full-time and part-time are considered. Pension is also a salary. At a point of time, when a person can have 2 employers. I told you, notice pay and all that, leave and all that. But it is possible with the knowledge of all the person, he can have 2 employers. How? A person who served Indian Army for 25 years. He had applied for retirement, voluntary retirement. He is eligible for pension. At the age of 45, he retired from Indian Army. Took up a job in bank. He will receive salary from bank as well as salary from the Indian Army. Possible. What is preventing a person from generating income from various sources under the same head? Many employees are possible. Full-time, part-time considered. Pension is also a salary. But family pension is not a salary. Firstly, we should know what is family pension. Firstly, we should know what is a family pension. What is a family pension? Mr. A was in government service or some bank service where he was eligible to draw pension. He continued with them until the eligibility of getting the pension, he continued. Left employment, took up some other employment. He was drawing salary from the employer and also drawing pension. Both the items were taken up under salary income only. He passed away. The pension from the former employer will continue to come to the family, that is to his spouse. Spouse means wife to the husband. Husband to the wife. From now on, we will never be referring to them as wife and husband. Instead, we will be using the term called spouse. Correct? From now on, a new term that we are learning. What is that? Spouse. If a person is talking like with the term called spouse, this person should have studied Income Tax Act. General usage and all that, you don't find people using the term as spouse. Correct? See, this is something like coaching completion certificate. That is all applicable only to uniquely or to a particular sort of course. Spouse is husband to wife, wife to husband. So, therefore, you just find The family pension, when it is derived by a person, spouse of the employee, there is no relationship between employer and employee there. The recipient is not an employee. But the employer is duty bound to discharge his commitment until the remainder of the life of the spouse. Therefore, family pension is not a salary. Taxed under the head income from other sources. Why it is taken up under income from other sources and not under salary income? Because employer-employee relationship is absent in family pension. Now you have understood what is family pension? So, pension is payable not until the life of the employee, until the life of the spouse. If a person is receiving family pension, such family pension cannot be considered under the head salaries. It should be taken under income from other sources. Initially I said pension is also a salary. That is for a former employee, when he is receiving it from the employer, it is salary. Family pension is not a salary. Salary to a partner is salary or not a salary? Huh? It's a salary. How? How? Employer-employee relationship is there or not? Not there. What is that we have written at the top? Should be present. Understand very clearly. Partner and the firm, whether they are employer-employee, no. Therefore, salary to a partner is not a salary. Clear? What is very important now? Employer-employee relationship. Family pension, now I told you, salary to a partner, you should have got it right. You should ask a question. Employer-employee relationship is there or not? If not, it is not a salary at all. If present, yes, it is salary. Salary is taxed on due or cash basis, whichever is earlier. Salary is taxed on due or cash basis, whichever is earlier.